Hello again, Year 2. What is the time? I wonder, are you doing this maths at the same time as yesterday? Or is it a different time? Maybe it's later, maybe it's earlier, maybe it's the same time. I am recording this video at 10:15 in the morning. 10:15. I could say I'm recording it at 10:15, or I could say I'm recording it 15 minutes after 10 o'clock. Now, I wonder, do you think I'm recording it an AM, 10:15 AM, or 10:15 PM? I think it's probably AM, because really I'm going to be asleep at 10:15 PM. It's in the night time. Okay, let's have a look at our in focus for today. So, here is Holly. Holly says, the time is 7:15. Is Holly correct? Do you agree with Holly? Do you know another way of saying this time when it is coming up to the next hour? And I did something there to try and help out. I've said the word to very clearly because that might help us. Okay, I'd like you to have a talk about this at home. I'd like you to try and come up with any other ways you might be able to say this time. Say Holly's time on her clock. Now, parents or other adults at home, I'd like your child to be able to have a go at telling you their ideas. But at the moment, we don't need to instantly tell them the answer. Okay, let's move on. So, what was right about Holly's suggestion? How many minutes would 3/4 of the clock face represent? Well, I'm going to get my little clock back. Where is it? There it is. And I'm going to have a go. So I've got it at 12 o'clock at the moment. Now, Holly's clock said, she said it's 7:15. So I'm going to move my minute hand 3/4 of the way around. So there's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And I've got to make sure that my hour hand is pointing in the right place. So on Holly's clock, that was 3/4 of the way between 7 and 8. Okay, so this is Holly's clock. Now we said how many minutes does 3/4 make up? So we know it goes in fives, don't we? So I'd like you to count with me as I count around my clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 45 minutes. So I can use that information to help me. I'm going to look at my hour. I have gone past my 7, but I have not got to my 8 yet. You can see the hour hand is pointing in between my 7 and 8. It's closer to my 8, but it's not there yet. So it's still in the hour of 7. So if I wanted to say 7:45, that would be a really good way of saying this time to Holly. 7:45. I could also say it's 45 minutes past 7. There's another way that we used yesterday. But here comes the difference. Holly said it is 3/4 past 7. But something strange happens with these clocks. I'm just going to colour mine in slightly to be able to show you. Okay. So I've coloured in half of my clock, okay? And that's for a reason. It's because when our minute hand goes on the first half of its journey, we say it is past the hour. So I could say it is 7:15 here. Or I could move down, I could say it is 7:30 here. But when we get past that halfway point, we stop using the word past and we start thinking about the next hour. We start saying it is 2. So as I move my clock hand, let's see if I can do that, it's a bit tricky, up to Holly's time here, we are now going to 8 o'clock. We're aiming for 8 o'clock. That's our next hour. So I would say it is 7:45. Instead of saying 7:75, I would say it is quarter, because there is just 1 quarter left of the clock. 7:45, and then we look at our next hour. 7:45. So this is what I would say is the correct time to Holly. She seems to have been understanding that the clock is made up in those quarters. It's quite a nice, easy thing to use, but we use that different language when it gets past the halfway point. We stop saying past that hour and we start saying it to the next hour. I'm sure you've heard your mums or dads saying things like, it's 7:45, we've got to get to school soon. Or it's 9:15, we're going to be late if we don't leave now. Okay, let's have another look at our whiteboard and move on with our lesson. So, when you are journaling today, when you're having a go at your in-focus task, I would like you to be able to use these sentence starters. The time is, hopefully you can say 7:45. And I'll write that down just so you can see what it looks like. 7:45. I might even be able to use the number there. No, I'm going to use my spelling, one of my A families. Okay, it is, how many minutes until, I'm going to come back to that one. It is 45 minutes after 7 o'clock. The time is 7:45. Now, how about this one? It is something minutes until 8 o'clock. Wow. We had 1 quarter left, 7:45. So a quarter of our clock is 3 numbers. We were on the 9. We had to go 10, 11, 12. And we know that each number is worth 5 minutes. So we need to count up 3 lots of 5. 3 times 5, 5, 10, 15. So it is 15 minutes until 8 o'clock. Okay. Now I think we have got the correct time for Holly. But the real challenge, as always in our maths, is being able to show it and explain it. So do use those cutout clocks or those interactive clocks, and do have a good talk at home about all of this language. So if you don't use this language very often, it's very difficult to learn it all so quickly. Okay. Reflection and practice time. What time is it? I'd like you to pause the video and see if you can tell someone at home what time all of these clocks say. Then you can press play again when you're ready. So, our first clock here, it is 2:15 because I can see the minute hand has gone all the way around here, gone past the halfway, and it is now 2 the next hour. Which hour is it closest to? Well, it's 2:06. So I can say it's 6:15. I could say it's 6. It is 15 minutes until 6 as well. I could say it's 45 minutes after 5 o'clock, or I could say it's 5:45. This clock over here is showing 1:45 because it's 1:45. I can see that it's pointing at the 9, the minute hand, and it's 2:02. It's on its way to 2 o'clock. This one over to the right is 9:45, and this one down at the bottom is 1:45. So have a chat about those. See if you can tell mum or dad or brother or sister what time those clocks are saying. Okay, for your independent learning today, I just need to share a different page with you to show you what it looks like. Just get that one up and ready. Okay, session 3. No, that's our wrong one. Apologies. Okay. That's the one I wanted. Okay, so it's very similar to yesterday in that we've got some matching to do to start off. We've got some filling in the blank spaces to write the time. And if you would like to write the time as 4:45, then that's great. If you'd like to write 4:45, that's okay. Or if you'd like to write 15 minutes until 5, that's okay. You choose how to write it. Use what you know. Okay, we've got some more filling in the blanks of our different sentence starters here. Same as yesterday, and the same as yesterday with drawing those clock hands. So good luck, Year 2, and we will see you soon. Have a nice time.